In order to continue the relationship with her husband, she slowly aimed her gun at her own heart. She held her husband's hand gently and decided to shoot him, because she knew that her husband, who was betrayed by his enemy, could not live today. She watched her beloved wife die in her arms. A-Ming was devastated. Faced with a fierce enemy, he did not resist anymore. Instead, he let his long hair pierce his chest and ended his life. He only fulfilled the promise left by his wife. We are not fated to meet in this life. We will meet again in the next life. If you don't recognize me by then, I'll say your tea is cold. I'll give you another reward. But in order not to make any mistakes, A-Ming did not immediately reincarnate after his death. Instead, he waited for 50 years under the silver tree where they met. Unfortunately, after his wife died, he forgot his original promise. Not only did he reincarnate as a human being, but he also married a teacher. Fortunately, God was moved by A-Ming's infatuation and finally gave them a chance to reunite. On this day, A-Ming's wife, who reincarnated as a human being, rented a house with her husband. She happened to come to the old house where she fell in love with A-Ming in the previous life. Suddenly, she had a moment of sadness in her heart. Then she was shocked to find that the yard had been ruined. The silver tree that grew on it was full of victory, as if someone had been taking care of it carefully. Because she was too obsessed with it, her husband thought she liked it here. So he rented this house immediately. But not long after, her husband left because of an accident. Basically, he can only return home once in a few months. So he told his sister to come over often to accompany his wife. On this night, a Jew, who was alone at home, went out to wait for his sister's arrival like usual. He noticed something was going on outside the yard. At first, he thought it was his sister's prank. He disguised himself as a monster and let the other party come out quickly. Unexpectedly, a stranger came out slowly from under the silver tree. He was so scared that he immediately took out his dagger and looked at the other party cautiously. And when he realized that a Jew was scared by himself, A-Ming immediately entered the tree. In this way, the two persisted for a long time. Until the Jew was sure that the other party had no malice, he took the courage to bring the tea and came to the table next to the silver tree. Then he greeted the other party.